In this video, we will see the concept of predictive coding. Predictive coding is a compression method used for compressing data or image or video, and we will see more about this in the coming slides. So as an introduction, the predictive coding method is a simple method and which can be used for either lossless or lossy compression method and which achieves a good amount of compression. And the idea of predictive coding is based on the elimination of redundancies of closely spaced pixels. That is, we are actually exploiting the spatial or temporal redundancy of an image or a video, and we will be doing this by extracting the redundancies and coding only the new information in each pixels. That means we will not be coding each pixel values as it is, and we will be only coding the difference between the pixels in a neighborhood that we are considering. A new information of a pixel is defined as the difference between the actual and predicted value of a pixel, and we will see what is meant by the predicted value of a pixel in the next slide. Here I have given the general block diagram of a predictive coding model, and this is the model of the encoder. To the encoder, we will be feeding our input sequence. So I am calling it as f of n to generalize the idea, and we will give the f of n at this point, and we will take that f of n to calculate a quantity called E of n, or the prediction error, and we will also calculate another quantity called f hat of n. That f hat of n is generated by using a function called the predictor. So the predictor will be taking the values of f of n or its previous values, then it will calculate a new value, and we will round off that new value, and we will call that value as f hat of n. Then that f hat of n and this f of n will be utilized to calculate the E of n, and we will be encoding only this error function for the compressed sequence. In order to get the compressed sequence, we will be encoding only the value E of n, and we will not be directly utilizing the value of f of n for compression. Okay, we will call this quantity, that is the difference between f of n and f hat of n, as E of n, which is commonly called as the prediction error. So the commonly used predictor function is this one, that is we will be using a linear combination of m previous values. So when you look at this function, you can see that at f of n minus I, so f of n minus I is the previous value of f of n which has happened ith instance back. We will be utilizing that value, then we will multiply that with alpha of I, and we will sum it up for different values of I starting from 1 to m, and we will round that sum after that. In the case of images, such a simple function can be assumed in the form of this equation. Here we will be utilizing the pixels on the same row, so we will not be changing the row to calculate the f hat of xy, and we will be taking the pixels only from the same row. So that is why I have written the minus I term only for y. So once it is obtained, we will be multiplied that with alpha of I, then we will find the sum for different values of I starting from 1 to m, and we will round the value at the end, and this value will be utilized to calculate the error function. Now we will see an example on how we can do the predictive encoding process. Here I have given an input signal f of n, that is the f of n values are 20, 20, 21, 22 up to 23, and this is the signal that we need to get compressed. Before we go to the actual compression process, we have to define the predictor function. That is, the predictor function that we are using is f hat of n is equal to round of sigma I from 1 to m alpha I f of n minus I, and for the sake of simplicity I am taking the value of m is equal to 1, so we will have I from 1 to 1. That means that we will have only one term here, and alpha 1 I am taking the value of alpha 1 as 1. So the equation will reduce down to round of alpha 1 f of n minus 1. As alpha 1 equal to 1, then this will be round of f of n minus 1, and since we are dealing only with integer values, there is no need to take the round values because the numbers will be integers themselves. So this function will be f of n minus 1. So now the error function is E of n is equal to f of n minus f hat of n, which is equal to f of n minus f of n minus 1, because f hat of n is f of n minus 1. I have shown an example here. F of n is equal to the same signal that we have seen before, and the error function is f of n minus f of n minus 1. So when you calculate the error function for the first time, f of n is 20, f of n minus 1 is a sample before 20, that is the signal does not exist at that point, so we will take f of n minus 1 as 0. So we will have the value 20, then we will have a value again 20, so we have to take 20 minus 20, which is 0, that is this value, then 21 minus 20, which is 1, 21 minus 21, which is 0, 22 minus 21 is 1, 22 minus 22 is 0, then 23 minus 22 is 1, then 23 minus 23 is 0, then 23 minus 23 is 0. So this is the prediction error values. When you look at these values, we have changed a larger range values into a smaller range, because the values that are existing in this particular sequence is 20, 0 and 1 only, and this will be the case even if we have lot of other values which are differing only by 1 in the input sequence. One thing to notice here is, if you have your signal with values 0 to 255, then you will have to find space to store values from minus 255 to plus 255 in the prediction error, because in the input sequence, if a value comes as 0, then 255, then 0, and if you take the difference between 255 and 0, that is plus 255, and if you take the difference between 0 and 255, that will be minus 255. So the range of the error value E of n should be minus 255 to plus 255. Now we will see an example where the predictive encoding is done in practice. So this is an image of the Earth from an orbiting space shuttle, and this is its corresponding histogram. The standard deviation and entropy of this signal are given here. The standard deviation actually represents the spread of the signal from the mean value, and entropy indicates how many different values are there in the given image. A higher value of entropy indicates that a higher value of data is required to store this image. So we want to make the value of entropy a bit lower so that we can compress the image by using only a fewer amount of data. So this is the prediction error plotted as an image. I have said that if you have an image with values ranging from 0 to 255, then you have to store a number from minus 255 to 255, because you will have both positive and negative error. If you look at this diagram, so this will have values from minus 255 to 255, or so we have mapped the value minus 255 to 0 in this image, and plus 255 to 255 itself, then 0 will be mapped to the value 128. So that is how this image is plotted. Then if you look at this histogram, you can see that the standard deviation is lower than the original signal or the original image, and entropy is also lower, because in this case the number of pixels with value around 0 is around 20,000. But in this case, if you look at this one, the value, the highest occurring intensity is around only 2000. When you look at the original image, the intensity with maximum occurrence is only of around 2000. There are several other intensity values having approximately equal to the same amount of contribution. So that is how we can make the simple encoding process much efficient in the case of an encoded prediction error. Now we will look at how the decoder is working. The decoder is just the opposite of the encoder. So once we will have the compressed sequence, so we had to use the symbol decoder, such as the Huffman coding or any other kind of decoding process. Then we will be getting the error value only. So once you got the error value, from the error value we will be using the output f of n to get the prediction f hat of n. So we have to sum the E of n or the prediction error as well as the predicted value f hat of n to get the original value f of n to get the decompressed sequence. Okay. So let's look at how it is working in our example. So the equation for decoding is f of n is equal to E of n plus f hat of n. and f hat of n is f of n minus 1 that we have seen. So it is e of n plus f of n minus 1. So we will be discussing the process of decoding with the same example. So I'm writing here the decoding. Okay, so this is the only signal that we have, that is the error signal E of n. Now we have to find f of n from that. So we are starting the process of finding f of n. So first we have E of n, that is 20, then f of n minus 1. We haven't found any value for f of minus 1 as of now. So the first value of f of n will be 20 itself, because f of n minus 1 can be taken as 0. In the next process, we will be taking the E of n at that point and the f of n minus 1, that is the f of n that we found in the previous step. So we'll be adding 20 and 0, so that will be again 20. Then we will be adding this f of n minus 1 and E of n, that is 20 plus 1, that is 21. Then 21 plus 0, again 21. Then 21 plus 1, that is 22. 22 plus 0 is 22 again. Then 22 plus 1 is 23. 23 plus 0 is 23. Again 23 plus 0 is 23. So this is how we can regenerate the or decompress the original sequence only from this sequence by using predictive decoding. So when you compare this one with the original signal that we compressed before, both are the same. This is how the decoding is done in predictive coding. I hope the processes are clear. Thank you.